Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time of visiting this channel, click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to be part of the Forex community. So we are entering into a new week, and just as we normally do, we go through some few pairs and see what the market has for us going into a new week. Last week was a mixed week. All right, yes, we had some winning trades. Some trades too resulted in a break even. All right, but all in all, last week was okay. All right, because I mean the month of August is not really a good month. All right, so sometimes when these things happens, it's something normal, right? So let's go through these few pairs and see what is happening on the market. All right, you realize that I've had some additions to my pairs, right? Yes, just because of the conditions on the market. I don't want a situation whereby certain market wouldn't be giving me the trades that I want to see, and then I'll be sitting there idle. All right, so far as I have a community, I need to feed you guys with trade setups. That is why I've added some couple of few pairs, and then we see what the market would do going into a new week. So let's look at what is happening on the dollar index. So for the dollar index, last week I told you that I'm expecting to see some retracement. All right, I was actually expecting to see price fill this retracement before we see a bounce to the upside, but hey, it didn't happen that way. All right, it just came, it's not even halfway. All right, it just came to fill just this side, and we've seen it pushing to the upside. And so going into a new week, which is the upcoming week, I'm expecting price to continue to push to the upside. All right, I'm really expecting price to continue to push to the upside, just that we are likely to see a little bit of retracement to the previous candles, that is Thursday's high. All right, yes, we are likely to see that happen. We are like, yes. All right, let's shift to the 4-hour and see. So we are likely to see price push to the zone a little bit, and we see a bounce to the upside going into the upcoming week. So I'm still bullish. All right, I'm still bullish on the dollar index. I'm still bullish, but let's look at what is happening on EU. Let's look at what is happening on Euro USD. So for Euro USD, this is it. All right, if the dollar index is bullish, then you should expect to see bearishness on Euro USD. And so going into a new week, I'm expecting to see this low being attacked. All right, yes, I'm expecting to see this low, because on the daily time frame perspective, price is still bearish. All right, on a daily time frame perspective, price is still bearish. We haven't seen price taking out any major high. All right, this major low has already been taken. All right, that should give you the signal that price is still breaking lows and respecting highs. So we are still in a bearish order flow so far as Euro USD is concerned. So going into a new week, I'll be looking for selling opportunities. All right, I think last week Friday we took some trades. I was actually expecting price to push to the zone. All right, but it didn't happen that way. But hey, we took break even. All right, yes, we took some partials. And it's all good. All right, it's all good. So going into next week, I'm expecting these lows to be attacked. All right, I'll be expecting this low to be attacked, and so I'll be looking forward to enter or start looking for entries within this bullish candles you are seeing here. All right, this one and this one, these bullish candles, that is where I'll be looking for entries. Of which my first target is going to be this low, the next one this low, and then finally this low. I wouldn't be surprised if we see price breaking the all-time low. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if we see price break the all-time low so far as Euro USD is concerned. So going into next week, I'm bearish on Euro USD. Let's look at what is happening on NZDUSD. It's been a long time I touched this pair. Yeah, it's been long. It's been long that I touched this pair. So going into next week, I'll look forward to see something good come out of this market. All right. So just as we can see, this market is also bearish. All right. This market is also bearish. Price is breaking lows, respecting highs. So we are still in a bearish order flow. All right, we are still in a bearish order flow, and so going into next week, I'll still expect price to continue to push to the downside. I'll still expect price to continue to push to the downside, just that we are likely to see a little bit of retracement to the zone to make up for the high of the week before we see price pulling to the downside. So going into next week, yes, this was the last trade I took on NZDUSD, and then I mean it's really failed. It failed. So going into next week, I'll be looking for bearish prices. All right, I'll be looking for selling opportunities on NZDUSD. I'll be looking for selling opportunities on NZDUSD, and so this low we are seeing here is going to be an area in which I will be looking for entries, or better still, I will just pull my fib. This is going to be my range. All right, I'll take this as my range, so I'll pull the fib. All right, I'll just pull the fib to this zone, so 50%. all right, so this area gives us the 50% of the zone. All right, this area gives us the 50% of the zone, so I'll be expecting price to pull up to that area, or that zone is where I'll be looking forward to get some sales. All right, here, so we are having some fair value gap within that area. All right, we have some fair value gap within that area, and we have a block here which makes up for a breaker. All right, a breaker because this was the last down close candle that took out this high. All right, this high has been taken. All right, we had this down close candle here. Right after this down close candle, we had a bullish run to the upside, taking out this high. So this clearly gives us a breaker block. All right, this clearly gives us a breaker block, of which the 50% of this range is within that breaker block. All right, yeah, so going into next week, this is where I'll be looking for entries. All right, this is where I'll be looking for entries, and so my SL, my stop loss is going to be above this high. All right, my stop loss is going to be above this high, which should be about 52 pips. All right, yeah, so that is just that going into next week. So I'm bearish. Yes, I'm bearish on NZDUSD. I'm bearish on NZDUSD. So that is just that for NZDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. So for AUDUSD to same plan. All right, for AUDUSD to same plan. I'm also bearish on AUDUSD. All right, I'm also bearish on AUDUSD, and so going into this week, I'll be interested in looking for entries around this zone. All right, I'll be interested in looking for entries around this zone. Let's scale down to the 4-hour and see what is happening on the 4-hour. Yes, let's scale down. So just as I made you aware on NZDUSD, I'll be expecting to see some little bit of pullback. See, look at this. This is a perfect AMD formation. All right, accumulation, manipulation, and then what? Distribution. All right, that was very beautiful. That was very beautiful. So going into next week, I'll be looking for bearish. Yes, I'll be looking for bearish prices just that I'll wait for price to retrace a little bit, fill up the 50% of this range. All right, fill up 50% of this range. All right, 50% of this range, and then I'll look forward to see price push to the downside. So that is just that for AUDUSD. That is just that for AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on GBPUSD. So GBPUSD too is bearish. All right, GBPUSD is bearish. We took trade on this pair, and we ended up breaking even. All right, we took partials, and then right after taking partials, price came back to what, to hit our SL. All right, that is a break-even trade. All right, that is a break-even trade. We took partials here, and then the next thing we saw is price coming down to what, to hit an SL, which is break-even. All right, which is break-even. And so these are the reason why you always have to take partials. All right, don't wait for price to get into your zone, or don't wait for price to hit your TP before you get out of the trade. Price will not always hit your TP. All right, price won't always hit your TP, and so that is that. All right, that is that for GU. That is that for GU. So going into next week, this will be my range that I'll look forward to work in. This is going to be my range, and so 50% of this range will be okay for me. All right, will be okay. Just that I wouldn't be surprised if price should go beyond that 50% to the zone. All right, should go beyond that, because this gives us a breaker formation. This gives us a breaker formation. All right, this gives us a breaker formation. All right, yeah. So this is the last down close candle prior to price pushing up towards to clear this buy side liquidity we are seeing here, and right after that we saw price pushing to the downside, taking out the sell side liquidity. So clearly this gives us a breaker formation. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see price come back within this area, all right, before we see sells. All right, before we see sells. And so if I'm to take any trade, I'll be looking forward to take trade within this zone, all right, where my SL is going to be above this here, which will be about 61 pips. All right, yeah. So that is just that for GU. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. So if I'm bullish on the dollar index, then definitely you should know that I'm bullish. All right, definitely you should know that I'm bullish on USDCAD. And so going into next week, I'll be looking for buying opportunities. All right, we've seen this other block form here, and so going into next week, I will expect to see price retrace to the close of this bearish candle we are seeing here. All right, that is the other block. Then we see price rallying, all right, pushing to the upside. Yes, so I'll be taking entries within the zone. All right, yes, I'll be taking entries within the zone going into next week. Yes, I'll be taking entries within the zone going into next week. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, so I'll expect to see price push up to the zone, down to the zone, then we see price push to the upside, so that is just that for USDCAD. I'm bullish on USDCAD. all right, I'm bullish on USDCAD. Let's look at what is happening on Nasdaq. Nasdaq is bearish. Yes, Nasdaq is bearish. So going into next week, I'll be looking for bearish prices on Nasdaq. All right, yes, I'll be looking for bearish prices on Nasdaq. I'll take this 2 bullish candles to be my order block. All right, I'll take these 2 bullish candles to be my order block, and so I want to see price push up to this zone, All right, I want to see price push up to this zone, then we see a push to the downside, then we see a push to the downside. So going into next week, I'm bearish on Nasdaq. All right, I'm bearish on Nasdaq. Let's look at what is happening on S&P 500 too. Let's look at what is happening on S&P. So for S&P 500 to same plan. All right, S&P 500 is giving us the same plan, just as I did on Nasdaq. I'm going to take these two bullish candles you are seeing here as my order block. All right, yes, I'm going to take these two bullish candles you are seeing as my order block. So going into next week, I want to see price push up, and then we see a push to the downside. All right, and we see a push to the downside. So that is my plan for S&P 500 going into next week. All right, going into next week. Let's look at what has happened on GJ. Let's look at what has happened. GJ is really playing us. All right, GJ is really playing us. If you are in my community, you testify to this. Look at what has happened to GJ. just look at what has happened to GJ. All right, just look at what is happening to GJ. GJ has been really stressing us last week. All right, yes, because look at what happened. We saw price push all the way up and we saw a rejection, but I'm still in this trade. I'm not closing it until price hits my SL. Yes, until price, I'll be convinced of a bearish sentiment. I'll be very convinced of a bearish sentiment if this low is taken. If this low we are seeing here is taken, that is where I'll confirm the bearish sentiment. All right, and even this low as well, this other block we are seeing here. All right, so I'll wait for this. If this low is being taken, then that means there is a possibility of us seeing bearish prices. But I'm still in this trade. All right, this is I'm comfortable with the risk I've taken, so I don't see any reason why I'm getting out of this trade. I'm very comfortable with the risk I have taken. All right, so I'm just open to any outcome. All right, so far as GBPJPY is concerned, I'm just open to any outcome of this trade. All right, yes, but we took partials here. We took partials here, which was about, let me see, it was about 80 pips. That is way cool. All right, that is way cool. That is very cool. So why would I be in a rush to get out of this trade? All right, why would I be in a rush to get out of this trade? So that is just that for GBPJPY going into next week. All right, yeah, so that is just that going into next week. I made a promise to some people that I will do a top-down analysis on BTC. All right, yes, I don't see it rallying now. All right, I don't see it shooting to the upside now, and so I'm going to show you why. All right, but that is going to be a separate video altogether. So if you haven't subscribed, just hit on the subscribe button so that whenever I post that video, you will get to it. So if you are planning to get into the cryptocurrency market, I don't see the market moving to the upside very soon. All right, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years to come, but for now the cryptocurrency market is still bearish. All right, yeah, so that is just that going into next week. If you're not part of my Telegram community, just look through the description box below. The link is there. Click on it and be part of the Forex Telegram community. So like, come your way again another time. Stay safe, and I wish you all the best going into a new week.